Good morning, my fellow Canadians. Today's message: stop blaming Trudeau. Okay? Stop insulting the man. Stop making pejoratives. Stop making jokes about his name, Trudeau, Turdo. Stop blaming Trudeau. Let me explain. The man is more to be pitied than scorned. And I say this because when you look at him, when you look at his father and his mother, he is not a Trudeau, he is a Sinclair. He is like his mother. He is attractive, vapid, brainless, clueless. Look in the man's eyes. Like, as a friend of mine phrased it so well, the wheel may be spinning, but the hamster is dead. Or as the old phrase goes, the lights are on, but nobody's home. So stop blaming Trudeau. Trudeau is the face and the voice, the front man, for the Liberal Party. Therein lies the problem. The Liberal Party. Liberal policy. Trudeau doesn't set policy. He articulates it. He doesn't set policy, presupposing he can even spell policy. Cast your mind back to the days of yore, when you used to get these toys for tots. The one that had the pull string. You'd pull the string and it would say a phrase, you know. Well, that's Trudeau. Pull the string. Intersectionality. Pull the string. Islamophobia. Pull the string. Divisiveness. Pull the string. Racist. Pull the string. And out comes the pre-programmed phraseology. So stop blaming Trudeau. Stop insulting the man. He has enough. He has so many things going for him. He has youth, he has wealth. But I would not trade my life for his in any way, shape, form, or description. Money's nice. I forget who was it who wrote, I've been broke and I've been poor. I've been broke and I've been rich. And rich is better. Well, you know, you're insulated by wealth from the consequences of your own stupidity. And his handlers, whoever they may be, must cringe when he's, or just be terrified if he's in a position where he has to ad lib, like without an earpiece or someone feeding him answers. You watch him trying to speak off the cuff. Oh my God, he's an embarrassment. And we feel that uh, um, diversity is our strength. And well, Mr. Trudeau, like you're not balancing the budget. Um, we feel that our policies are working. Yes, how? Ask him to explain nitty gritty. I mean, compare him to like Harper, even Ford, someone practical, down to earth, someone with a brain. Stop blaming Trudeau. Okay? Like, give the man a break. Definitely get rid of the Liberal Party. Ontarians, God bless them, had the good sense to dump Wynne and the disaster that she was for this province. And more we're seeing a push towards the Conservatives. The NDP are basically Liberal plus in terms of doubling down on the stupidity of the Liberals. I won't get into that. I could write a book. I could go on a dissertation for hours about this. When you watch Trudeau embarrass us time and time and time again on the world stage, he's an intellectual lightweight. He is a standing joke internationally. I don't know if he is so self-deluded as to think that he's still making big tracks the way his father did. Say what you will about Pierre Elliott Trudeau. I despise the man with a vengeance. But he was very intelligent. Now, it was a typical liberal in that it was a cold and arrogant intellect. There was no warmth to it. There was no understanding of Canadian values. This was someone who lived in the realm of theory. It typified, did it start or did it typify the disconnect with Canada, Canadian values, and the average Canadian? I don't know. I don't know if he started it or if the disconnect existed, but it has been exacerbated by the current Liberal Party. Walter Lippmann, an American socialist way back when, used the phrase referring to North Americans, Americans specifically, but it may as well be applied to us as well up here in the Great White North. He referred to Americans as, and I quote, the bewildered herd. That's what we were, the bewildered herd, and he believed it was our lot to be governed by an intellectual elite. This is what the liberals believe. We are essentially stupid. We are a bewildered herd who need their phrase, the natural ruling party of Canada to guide us into the next millennium. Wherein lies the disconnect between the Liberals and Canadian values? Intellectual arrogance. I'm not going to get into that. That is a whole thing on the educational system and what it's producing today and the attitudes of the intellectual elite and elitism as a concept. You can't blame Trudeau for this any more than you blame an anchorman for reading a news script. I feel, like I said, I feel sorry for the man. He's a hollow vessel. He's an empty drum. There is nothing there. So to castigate him and use pejoratives regarding Trudeau as the point man for the Liberal Party, no, the Liberals have got to go. Ontarians spoke loud and clear. You're gone. Canadians have to speak loud and clear. We're seeing a groundswell, grassroots groundswell movement against Liberals and Liberal policies. We've got a Conservative frontrunner who is almost guaranteed to take the reins of government, media notwithstanding, and that's another thing I won't get into, is a compliant media. Media notwithstanding, you've got a major groundswell protesting the stupidity. The Migration Pact, are you serious? A United Nations Migration Pact, we were told it was non-binding. 48 hours later, we're told it's a binding agreement. Fuck you. Canadian government should be setting policy. Trudeau will never make the tracks his father did. His father had international respect, was highly regarded internationally. As much as Canadians came to loathe and despise him, he seduced us, and he had the intellect to do so. Now, his contempt for the Canadian people was well deserved because we kept electing him into office. If you hire an embezzler to be your CFO for your company, don't be surprised if he robs you blind. You hired an embezzler. It's the same here. If you hire an intellectual elitist, a theorist, to govern the country, don't be surprised, don't bitch about the fact he's disconnected from reality, from Canada and Canadian values. I could weep for what is happening to my country, for the path we're being put on, and the absolutely daunting task, like Ford faces in Ontario, trying to overturn years and years and years and years of liberal stupidity. Mr. Scheer is going to have the same problem, trying to overturn years and years and years of liberal stupidity. It's scary to me because it almost seems that Trudeau is doubling down on stupidity. It reminds me of Adolf Hitler during the war. He would not see that he had lost. He just kept doubling down on his stupidity, sort of like with the attitude that if I fall, the country falls with me. There was no concern for the people of Germany for the devastation he would leave in its wake. He'd be gone. He was going to be dead. He knew it. And he didn't care anymore about the Germany he left behind him. Well, Trudeau's exactly the same. When he loses office, which I hope to God he does, he's rich. He'll go back to his nice little enclave, and it won't negatively impact his lifestyle, what he's done to Canada. It won't hurt him. He won't feel the pain. He's not going to be affected by the damage he's done to this country. Well, again, not him, the Liberal Party. He's insulated from all this. So stop blaming Trudeau. Look at where the fault lies. Look at the party. Look at the Liberal Party. They've got to go. I have not met anybody who will admit now to having voted Liberal. And on the rare occasion where I've encountered somebody who still purports to be a Liberal supporter, they are almost invariably defensive as hell. Why will you not open your eyes and get away from your ego? Get away from your embarrassment? What? I don't know. Why will you not accept the fact that you made a mistake in voting Liberal? That's another story, and maybe another post we'll do on that. My message for today is stop blaming Trudeau. Okay, please. Let's make our voice heard loud and clear this October coming. We will have the chance, as Ontarians did in the last election, we will have the chance to make our voices heard and let the country know how we feel about the Liberal Party and what they've done to our country, to Canada, to Canadian values, to our international reputation. Make your voice heard, okay? But stop blaming Trudeau, okay? Thank you.